If you know me, you know that I love oatmeal. It is the greatest food of all time. There is nothing like starting off your morning with a good oat. So this week, for every single day, I'm going to be eating nothing but oatmeal. We'll see if I can actually make it through and how much I'm going to suffer through it. So I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy the video. We're going to kick it off by me stepping on the scale to see how much I weigh. All right guys, so now we are gonna step on the scale to see how much I weigh. I'm gonna take a guess of 173.5, and I'm gonna get my wife to see what she thinks I'm gonna be.
All right, I'm gonna say 174.8.
All right, so she says 174.8. So let's step on the scale and see where we are. If our dog would move out of the way. Oh boy.
180.6.
Mercy. So it is a bit heavier than I thought I would be. So we'll see what happens this week. That's the starting weight. We'll see what happens. All right guys, so we are here for the first meal. We are keeping it super simple with the protein oats for the first one. So I've got all the ingredients here that I put in it. So we got some stevia with some peanut butter, a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt, ghost protein powder, obviously the quick oats, a little bit of Mrs. Buttersworth sugar-free syrup, the best sugar-free syrup there is, a little bit of chia seeds, a little bit of cinnamon, you can see it, and then a few dark chocolate morsels. So my plan for this week when it comes to oatmeal is I'm gonna be having about 2 cups of oatmeal per day, because I think that's gonna keep me around 20 to 2,500 calories, depending on what I add to the oatmeal. But I want to kind of switch back and forth from sweet oatmeal with like protein and a little bit of sugar, a little bit of stevia, some peanut butter, stuff like that. And I also want to try out some savory oatmeal as well, and to try to get creative in the kitchen with the oatmeal and maybe give you guys some ideas and some inspiration when it comes to oatmeal, because I truly think that it is probably one of the best carb sources. I used it in my prep for my half marathon. I'm actually running a marathon later this year. So I'm just curious to see how it's gonna affect my body, how it's gonna affect my training. And I hope you guys are excited to see this whole process. So I'm gonna catch up with you guys at dinner for my next meal. I think I'm gonna try to make a savory oatmeal, and we'll try to get creative here in the kitchen. So stick around for that, and I will see you guys in the next clip. First time for savory oatmeal. It's weird, but it's good. Meal number 3. So a little update for you guys on how this week of eating nothing but oatmeal is going, and it's going pretty well. Many of you know that oatmeal is known to have really good benefits when it comes to going to the bathroom, and I'm here to tell you that that is 100% true. You could say that oatmeal has really been helping me to fuel my runs, if you know what I mean. Honestly though, I've really been enjoying it. It's helping me get creative in the kitchen and experiment with different oatmeal recipes rather than your just everyday plain protein oatmeal. So speaking of recipes, I want to take you guys to the kitchen. I want to show you 3 of my favorite recipes that are a little bit out of the box. They're a little unique, but they are going to blow your mind. All right, guys, now we are in the kitchen where the magic happens, and now I want to share with you guys those 3 recipes that I was talking about. So I'm gonna go with the sweetest one first, and then we'll save the savory one for last. So the first one we have is the PB&J, which is probably gonna bring you back to your childhood a little bit. Could be traumatic for some of us. And what it is we have 1/2 cup of oats, and then I put in some whey protein powder. And then after that, I mix that in, and then I put in some stevia, some cinnamon, mix that in again. And then I put in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then some sugar-free strawberry preserves. And then on top, I put a little bit of ice cream as well. And you can use whatever ice cream you want. What I had on hand was like a chocolate pretzel, but I recommend doing vanilla. That's probably gonna be your best bet. Would have the flavors meld together pretty well. So that's the first oatmeal. I think that was really, really good. And then this one might be my actual favorite kind of dessert oatmeal, and that is the s'mores oatmeal. So it's similar start to the first one. It's just gonna be 1/2 cup of oats with some protein powder mixed together. And then I put it in this skillet, and then I put graham crackers on it, a little bit of mini sweet morsels. And then I have some marshmallows that I put on top. And then the major key is putting it in the oven a little bit, letting it broil for a couple minutes to get those marshmallows nice and crispy on top. And honestly, it tastes like you're eating dessert, and it's decently healthy as well. And then the last one, which is kind of weird, it's actually better than I thought it was gonna be, and that is the savory oatmeal. So the savory oatmeal, I just have a cup of oats, and then I recommend doing it with either water and then a little bit of milk, or milk completely to make it a little more creamy, make it a little better for you. And I put in a little bit of butter. Kerrygold's butter is probably the best butter you can put in there. I put in some pink Himalayan sea salt, some pepper, onion powder, and then I stirred that in really well. And then I added some sharp cheddar cheese. You can add any kind of cheese that you like. This past week I used pepper jack for some. I did a Colby Jack, and then I've also done sharp cheddar, so whichever you honestly prefer. And then I added in some bacon. You can also do ground beef. That's what I did in some of mine this week as well. I actually prefer ground beef a little bit better. It's a little more healthy, but all I have right now is bacon, so that's what we're going with. And then you're gonna add in some onions as well. You're gonna mix all that in, and then you're gonna add 1 egg. I like them over easy on top. Unfortunately though, I don't have any eggs right now, so it doesn't look too pretty, but just imagine that there's an egg there. So these are the 3 recipes that I was talking about. If I recommend trying at least one of these, I do recommend trying the savory oatmeal because it's really interesting and it's a little different. It's pretty unique, and that's the one I recommend trying if you're gonna try any of these. So I hope you guys try out these recipes, hope you like them, and I will see you guys in the next clip. So some takeaways from this week of eating nothing but oats every single day. I'm actually chilling in a hotel room right now. I've been traveling a lot for work, and unfortunately I actually forgot to record my weigh-in for you guys. So on Saturday I weighed in around 174-ish pounds. So that means I dropped around 5 or 6 pounds this week. However, I know that that's not really true fat that I lost. I had eaten kind of trash before that weigh-in, so it's probably closer to maybe 1 or 2 pounds lost, and who knows how much of that is actually fat. But at least I did lose some weight, and I think part of that was also my digestive system getting a lot better, and getting rid of a lot of waste in my body, as we know oatmeal can do. So my takeaways from this week, I have 3 of them. Number 1, kind of going along with what I just said, is that I think it increased my digestive system speed by a lot, and which in turn I think possibly increased my metabolism a little bit. I would get hungry pretty quickly after my meals, and I was having pretty decently sized meals as well, especially like a cup of oatmeal at night should fill me up, and it was filling me up, but I just felt like my body was burning through those oats very quickly throughout the day. My second takeaway is that it increased going to the bathroom quite a bit. So if it's something that you guys struggle with is you don't actually get to go to the bathroom very much, or you struggle with issues of constipation, then I highly recommend at least adding 1 meal of oats every single day, and I think you're gonna see an increase of trips to the bathroom exponentially. Takeaway number 3, and that is trying new things. This week I knew I was gonna have to be creative in the kitchen. I couldn't have sweet oatmeal every single meal, and I knew savory oatmeals might not be something I like, but it's something that I had to try, and it turns out I actually really enjoyed it. And I have to highly recommend you guys trying that recipe. I really like it, and honestly it's something that I'm gonna probably eat going forward. Not every single day obviously, but I wanna incorporate it into my diet because I actually did enjoy it. So those are some of my takeaways from this week of eating nothing but oatmeal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you would leave a like and a comment, I would greatly appreciate it. Give me a comment on maybe a video you wanna see, a video idea that could be cool. Hopefully, again, I know I keep taking a long time to put out videos, but I wanna get more consistent at it, and I need to get better at editing quickly, so on and so forth. I'm rambling. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.